Under your unfinished business, we have your minutes from your last meeting. Had a chance to look at that.
A second.
Got a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Any questions or changes? All those in favor by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by no. Okay, also in your packet is the RIP grant for the street reconstruction project on 4th Avenue. The letter is pretty self-explanatory. In order to come up with the grant amount of $138,055.60, some quantities were reduced, but Buddy does not feel like those were hurt the project, so he's recommended that we accept the bid of W. Blaine and Sons in the amount of $138,055.60. Police matters, Chief?
The only thing I've got is the monthly report for the month of December. We had 471 calls for assistance. That's up by 80 calls from November. The number of felony arrests, 16. The number of misdemeanor arrests, 34 for a total of 50. Wrote 146 traffic tickets, and motor vehicle accidents were 17. So that's down from November.
Okay, then we'll go back to fire department matters, and I don't know if Ricky needs spokesperson.
As y'all all probably know, we've been talking to the Rating Bureau back and forth on and they've talked to us about a ladder truck for the fire department. And last year we had done some work on it and gotten some bids and all, and those bids on a new truck were running anywhere from about $725,000 up to about $750,000, depending on the emissions that you could get on the truck and different things like that. But here recently we have run across a used truck down at Deep South in Collins down there, and it's real close to the truck that we've been specking out. It's a 75-foot aerial, just like we have been looking at, and as you can see on the sheet, it's quite a bit of difference in the price. They've got it listed for like $199,500. The truck, they've got the maintenance records on the truck. It's got extensive records on it. They have kept the truck up and kept it in well maintained. And Charlie has actually talked to the chief over there at the department, and he said that the truck was in good shape. They were just on a program where they pull their trucks off, and I think it's in about 8 years they run it. This one had actually went a little bit longer. They had kept it on, but they had just pulled it out of service. They just replaced them pretty regular. I guess they got plenty of money over there. But the Deep South is going to go over the truck and fix any kind of problems or whatever. The main things that we've seen have just been little cosmetic stuff anyway, but they're going to go over, fix all that. There, when we get the truck, it'll be pump tested, the ladders will all be tested. They have to be tested regularly, and that's hasn't been done in the records, and they're going to do all that. I mean, it'll be ready for service when we get it. The aerial has a 25-year rating on it, so it's a 99 mile. We've got roughly, 12 years of service that we could get out of this truck. We're talking to them about a few little minor changes. It's, like I say, it's pretty close to what we were looking at anyway. There's a few little things that we would like to change. We're talking to them about that, and they seem to be real receptive to that. I think some of the stuff's going to be, whether it can be changed and not affect the structure or the operation of the truck. So we have one of our engine 1 is going to be going out of service this year, so we're looking also at the possibility on that of either trading it in or selling it, to get some back on that truck. And we've got Scott Walters is here with Deep South. If y'all have any questions or anything about it that I can't answer or whatever, or Charlie too, but we would just like to present this to the board and see if this is something that y'all would think that we may be able to pursue, for the fire department. It's just, we just looked at it, and for the price, it looks like it would be a lot more feasible for us and get us in a ladder truck that we're needing and at a lot less expensive price. So we were just wanting to present that to y'all and see what y'all thought about it.
Have you had any discussion with Deep South about maybe engine one truck, taking it off your hand?
We have.
Yeah.
And I think the mayor kind of mentioned is, when we bid it, you know, a couple of different ways, and we've got other people that buy used trucks that we're familiar with, and send the information. We were kind of in the process of doing that when we were bidding the new truck, and once that got put on hold, we just kind of stopped, so we can send it over there and see what they'll do. We got a couple of outlets on that as far as getting rid of that truck too, so.
This is not a budgeted item, so we would have to get with our finance manager to the lake and look for some options.
First National Grant.
Yeah, yeah. But you can tell it's not going away. We're gonna have to have a truck. We've been knowing for
Yeah,
2 years,
Right.
and we've just kind of, the good Lord's kind of watched out for us, that they hadn't said, get the
truck.
truck, so you can tell there's a lot of
They've
difference.
twisted our arm anyway, so.
Yeah, yeah.
But maybe it was waiting for something like this to come along. We really hadn't even thought about this, but it just, you know, it just came up and we got to looking and saying, hey, this might work if, you know, we could work it out on financing, so.
Do you feel like you get a pretty good figure for the engine one? It's hard to say.
Yeah, it's just hard to say. I don't know. I mean, we can get a fair amount, you know, but as far as what,
May I approach?
Yes,
Mr. Hampton?
yes, sir.
Second what he's saying, this is a very good deal on this particular apparatus. We've tested it, we've played with it, we're gonna play with it some more just to make sure. But it's actually one of the smoothest operating aerials I've ever operated, and I've been in the business for 31 years. So it's actually in a very sound shape. We won't accept it unless it's certified appropriately. We won't accept it at all unless it's certified appropriately, and we have to be completely satisfied. And we're just asking for permission for us to
The mayor
pursue.
has made comment that if the board wanted to pursue the truck, that to look at it in more than one option, an option of maybe a purchasing, say this truck, or a purchase trade, or a sale of our truck. In other words, we offer it out there and let people make bids on it, so there's more than one way to actually approach it if the board chooses to keep moving forward with it. But the truck is our truck is an excellent truck. It's like I said, if we had a building to keep it in, I'd be all for keeping it, but there comes a point where you have to sell things and move on. But it'll make somebody a first-rate truck, and we don't want to give it away. It's worth a certain amount of money, we're not gonna give it away.
Well, if we got rid of it, how many trucks will we have left? How many
We'd be
trucks?
still with 6 trucks. We won't change the amount of trucks that we have, we'll just replace the trucks, basically what we're doing. And we're required by a rating bureau to flow so many gallons a minute by combined pumps.
Yeah.
We're required to do that. With the trucks that we have and our pumping capability, we far exceed the requirement, probably nearly a half again.
But this, see what's.
I think
Yeah, we
if we
really need
choose
to-
to pursue it, we gotta pursue
Yeah.
the finance end
Yeah, we got
first,
and
and make sure that there's gonna be an advocate there.
and I'd like for us to get together on it, once we decide how we're gonna go at it, because you know our situation. And, to commit ourselves right now, we really need to know where we're going. Yeah, we really need to know what we're doing.
Would you be interested in like, say, just kinda let it put it on the side to give a
Yeah,
client
just let
time to
whatever-
let her get enough information? I mean, keep moving forward with it,
Right.
but compile the information and try to do it in a timely fashion. We recess?
Yes, sir, sir.
Mr. Mayor, before you dismiss, I just want to commend the board. I've been following this payday loan thing extensively, and I understand that you said we weren't gonna have any new, we're gonna get it right out of business, but we weren't gonna have any more here. And I just want to commend you for taking that stand. You know, it's good to see politicians not running again. Soon as they start running back up. So I just want to commend you on that.
Well, thank you for saying it. Appreciate it. You come back anytime.